Hello, Stickosaurus here, and today we're going to start on something terrifying, something that shouldn't exist. Uh, Battle Fever J's Miss America. So this is Uprising FX had all the models for these, as you know. So I bought them all, of course. Battle Fever. If I finish these, I'm going to get my video out, but we'll find out. Battle Fever something. This is the third one we're working on right now. We have France and Battle Japan almost done. So this helmet, when I got the file, it's just a mask, as you see. I'm just going to be honest with you, I still don't know. I don't know if this is how the screen used one was. I don't know how we're going to pull this off. I would have liked it to just been just a plain Jane helmet in the back, but I messaged him about this and he never got back to me, so I'm just doing what I can do. But I have some plans to make this work. From what I can tell, looking on some Japanese Sentai prop sites, who I've seen have actual a screen used version of this helmet. They don't do anything they don't show anything in the underside, so I have no idea. I know the hair is glued to the front of it. What gives it structure? I don't know. I really don't. I don't know if they just have it on a mannequin or something. And I've seen people selling this helmet with it's just like the mask and a wig separate. So I don't know. I've also seen people. I asked a couple people I saw on Instagram. They posted pictures of their new Kamen Rider Revy model, and in the background on the shelf they had a Miss America with a full helmet. And I asked if they sold files, and they didn't. So that was kind of a bummer. But there are ones with full helmets. I don't know. I think the full helmet would be the way to go. I'm gonna make this work because it's what I have. Maybe if I'm feeling adventurous, I'll look into maybe see if I can mold the back or use an existing back even, I don't know. We're gonna press forward with this. I already got my solution for the dome part and a wig part. So we're just gonna press on. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. This isn't the one we're gonna use. I printed this. It looks small and it's in the slicer, so I bumped it up, and I think it's too big. Just a smidge. So I'm actually just starting a new one of these, but there's nothing to them, so they take 18 hours. Maybe I'll see if maybe we can make a foam back for this one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Lots of possibilities. Yeah, I'm real excited to have this nightmare on my shelf. I'm actually put it in my bedroom, so when I wake up in the morning and I see it staring at me, it just gets my heart racing and gets me out of bed quicker. Because it's terrifying. But yeah, Miss America is finally going to happen. I've always wanted to do this because I thought it was atrocious. But yep, so let's get to it.
All right, here's the new Miss America mask. This is the new one. It fits my face rather well. My glasses off, it's like an actual mask. And this is the old one. So super terrifying, right? But this one, I think this is too big. It looks creepy. It doesn't look well with the other ones. I think this is the way to go. This is where we're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. Could maybe bump it up a tiny bit. This is a little too big. I don't know what we're gonna do with this. Maybe save for Halloween, scare children. Not sure. But we are going to drill the holes out on this. I'm not gonna use a soldering iron like I used on the other ones. I don't know what order these are gonna come out. I'm sorry. I was thinking maybe I should do a Battle Fever one, just do all 5 of them in one video, but that's too much. That's too much. That'd be like a 3-hour video. So we're just gonna do these separate like we've been doing. Just keep boom, 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 knocking them out. So I don't know what order these are gonna come out in. I did Battle Kenya. I used soldering iron on the eyes. Did not go that great. Not a fan. And these holes are even smaller. I used soldering iron on Cossack. holes were big enough, worked great. The other two I drilled out. So we're just gonna drill these ones out. I have a bit that's small, should be okay. My headband thing came in, so we'll be able to get going on that. I have the wig already. Can't remember if I said that in the intro or not, but that stuff's all in. So once we get going on this, we should be good to go. This should be super quick. The only thing we're gonna have to do is make the jewel ourselves. I was just gonna make it out of epoxy sculpt because it looks super simple. It's just like a round, like bottle cap shape with like a red jewel in it. It should be super simple. Super simple. All this screen used like pictures I could find of this helmet. Don't have that jewel anymore, so it probably just fell off. And no one really cares. I'm not sure how we're going to attach the hair. There's a lot of this looks simple, but this is probably more complicated than most helmets because I don't know, and not knowing is scary, and you just have to commit to things at some point and see how it turns out. With like other helmets, I know what doesn't work and what does because I've screwed up that many times. This I've never done before. I'll probably get that band. I might bring it out and see how it fits in here. Everything is just like a hard hat band. There's a name for it. I cannot remember what it was. You know, the ones that have like the camera's at a weird angle, so me trying to show this, but it's just like a band and it has like the one over top and like a screw like in the back. You can adjust it like a hard hat. I don't know if a lot of people wear hard hats and not like, you know, like a play school one that you had when you were a kid, but like an actual hard hat, like that weird, I don't know, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. So we'll get these drilled out. Spot putty, sand, primer. That's the goal. I really want to get this thing done. I'm so excited about this. When I got all these files, this was the one that was like, yep, we're doing this. We're going for it. Because I always joked that this would be terrifying, unnecessary, unwanted, awkward, hard to do, confusing. Trying to find references hard. I do kind of wish this was an actual like helmet though. I think that'd be easier. It'd make a lot more sense in my head. But like I said, I've seen people sell cosplays with just like this and a wig, which I guess we could do. Like we could just do like, you know, tape. Not tape. Stick, you're an idiot. Tape, not tape. Elastic, and like the same thing as a mask. You know, one over the top, two on the sides. Put that on and put a wig over it. But like the wig is glued to the sides, so I don't know how. I guess you could glue the wig still and just have, I don't know. We'll see how the band works. If the band doesn't work, then we'll do the elastic. We got a lot of ideas. And this takes like a day to print, so we screwed up. No big deal. I don't want to have to drill these holes out again because it's going to take forever. Look at all these. I'm not looking forward to it. I did Kenya and Cossack this morning, and it took way too long. I've gotten nothing else done this morning. I've been out here for an hour and a half, so I'm sorry. Had a lot of caffeine, just ranting. Real excited about this. Still lose my voice, but let's get this drilled out. Okay, I don't know, that bit was nice or something, but I used smaller than I thought I was going to use, and I think it turned out very well. I know people ask if you can actually see through this, and it's hard to show you, but you can. I know you can see my hand, but like when it's actually on your face, you can see like perfectly. That's why it works. That's why people do it. Yeah, I think it's turning out rather well. Didn't get a lot of blowout or anything. Might hit this with a little bit of sandpaper in there so it doesn't scratch my retinas, which is important. Don't scratch your retinas. But yeah, happy with that. It's spot putty time. I think that's what we're gonna do. Probably could hit it with primer then fill this, but I think we're gonna do spot putty first. We're gonna do that. We're getting going. We're going on all these. I'm excited. We are making solid progress on all these Battlefield ones. Didn't expect to be this far ahead already. So let's get to it. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how I've been doing spot putty lately. I've been thinning it out with acetone and brushing it on, and it seems to work so much better. You get thinner coats, they dry quicker. You can get into areas you can't really do with your finger. I have to wear a respirator to this because the acetone, I don't know, it's just me and it just don't get along. It hurts my lungs, which it's good. You know, you should wear a respirator, but I know some people just raw dog it. Good for you. I can't. So I'll try to explain things. I'm sorry if you couldn't understand me. When I watch back, if I'm hard to hear, I'll just do a voiceover. But we're going to put some spot putty on this America here. All I have are some cheap dollar store brushes. It's like $2 for a pack of like 5 of these. So I have a bunch of these. My red glazing putty I use. I watched a video on how to do this, and the guy said you can use it with that green acro putty as well. Paper cup, don't want to use plastic, the acetone will melt it, and just some acetone. You don't need a whole lot of this. You'll see we're looking for a consistency. I don't know, I kind of been going for like a milky consistency, but you can make it as thin or as heavy as you want. The only thing is the acetone makes it dry really quick. It's because the acetone will evaporate real quick. So you don't have a whole ton of working time, so you kind of want to do it in little batches, spread it on. Don't get too crazy to weigh, because you'll start pulling up some and it'll get like crusty. So you just kind of want to get a nice smooth coat and do the best you can. I'll show you, and then we will let it dry. I'll probably just show you doing this whole one. Hopefully that angle's good enough to be able to see what I'm doing, since this is just a small thing. Again, if you can't understand me, I apologize. We'll figure something out. This is all I've been doing. Just put a little squirt in here. You'll use a lot less putty doing this than you would if you put it on by hand. You'll just get too thick and sand it all down anyway. A little bit of putty, just a little squirt of acetone. It's probably good. I just have a stirring stick I've been using over and over and over again. The only thing is the brushes is kind of a one-shot deal, so I try to do as many as I can until the brush just kind of gives out. So see, it's kind of runny. That should be good enough. We'll give this a shot. Again, you don't have a ton of working time, but it's rather simple. Load up the brush, and start brushing it on. And you're just looking for a nice uniform coat, pretty much. You can let this dry and do a coat over it if you want kind of a thicker one. I've been just doing one coat, sanding, priming, you know, the usual. I'm not too worried about these eye holes. We'll have to go back and drill them out anyway by the time we're all done. Or not drill them out, at least coat them back out. And I go a little thicker in spots I know, like up in here, the nose, chin area. So I probably could have thinned this down just a little bit more. It's so hard to tell sometimes. And it's not a big deal. Kind of just like push it into the areas that are kind of hard to get to. So we need some more. Doing it by hand really hurts my, I don't know, not even my fingers, like my wrist. This still eventually does hurt my wrist. I don't know, maybe I've probably found something, but put a little bit more acetone in this one, thin it out a little more. But I can do like 5-6 helmets at a clip this way. Sure you scrape down residue. I usually don't show me spot putty on because it's kind of boring, but this is quicker. Before I was just like hunched over in this chair and just kind of looking like a crazy ape man. That grip, so we're just gonna brush it out. Oh my god. And this is just, it's just so simpler, nicer. I've been doing this. I actually set out my first helmet yesterday from using this technique, and I got it done super fast. Like, I was ready to paint in like, I don't know, probably like 2 days instead of like a week, so. But there you go. I don't know what the time running on the video is, but it's a whole front of a mask. I mean, this isn't a helmet, I get it, but it took about 3 minutes, aside from me explaining stuff. There's a little thick piece of metal there in there. Let's go over this a little bit. It's extra. And again, this is the first coat. So I'll do this, sand, prime. I'll probably have to do another coat and repeat. I mean, it's not a one and done. I guess that also depends on what you consider done. So I like to try to push farther than I used to. So just let this dry. This stuff dries super quick because of the acetone. It should be dry. You could try to sand it in like 15 minutes. I let them sit for a couple hours because I got other stuff I'm doing. So I'm in no rush. The other thing I found out that if you primer on it and you don't let your primer cure long enough, it's going to get weird because the acetone will react with the primer. So just wait after you prime it, at least I'd say a day or a couple hours, depending on where you're at. If it's warm and sunny, then hey, send it. But if it's cold, or like where I am, then I would probably wait. So yeah, that's all it is. I know a couple people were asking me. I was doing this during a live stream. I had a lot of questions about it, so I figured I'd throw it in the video. I'm going to do time lapses of doing spot putty on these, at least the first coat. I don't know. If that's something you want to see, let me know, and I'll start adding them in as well. It's not a big deal. But, yeah, that's it. We'll let this dry, sand it, and put primer on it. Okay, we're going to sand this. Some of the holes might fill in, but like I said, we'll just go back through and poke that back out. It's not a big deal. It's not really hard to get this spot putty out, so hopefully this is pretty quick. That's an okay start. I don't want to start chipping it up here like at the nose and stuff, so let's get some primer on it. Okay. We'll definitely have to put another coat of spot putty on it. But I think we're getting there. It's looking still creepy as hell, so I think we're doing something right. But we'll let this dry, and then I'll get some putty on here. Threw out the holes again. I did a little hand sanding around that edge here and a couple of spots that were a little weird, but there's like dimples here where the mouth goes in that just they're supposed to be there, so I don't know how to sand them out, but we're gonna wet sand this and hopefully be able to get some paint on it this afternoon. The only thing I need to still figure out, well, 1, how to attach the hair, 2, how to attach the hair, 3, the little jewel in the middle of the head, I'm just going to sculpt it out of epoxy sculpt. And I think that's still the plan. I just need to do that, or I could make like out of foam. I don't know. I need to try it and look at what it is and what I need to do to build something. So that's the plan. Let's get to it. Okay, we're finally dry, and I think we're going to go with some candy pink. Looking at all the reference I can find, this looks closest. I see a lot of hot pink ones, people make, but yeah, this looks more screen accurate. So I'm gonna go with this. I don't like this color, so it's perfect because this helmet's supposed to be a little ugly. And I something I don't like this color. I don't know. I love hate it. I don't know, but that's what we're gonna do. See how it goes. Okay, that was 3 coats. I did 3 coats because it's light pink and that gray is kind of hard to cover, but I think it looks good. We'll do silver, and we'll probably do the eyes next. And then the silver, and then I gotta figure out that gem. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I have the wig and the headband already, so we'll get it. We'll get it going. Once we start working on that, it's just gonna come together real quick. So gonna let this dry. It looks good, honestly. It's really good. So hoping it stays that way. Okay, there she is. We're gonna do the pinstripe on this now. We had a little bit of blue over here that ran into the masking. I just kind of scraped it off very gently with some scissors. Use some alcohol to clean it up. I think it's gonna be okay. Looking at the screen pictures I can find, there's not a lot. I even looked at like Toku Scans or whatever his Instagram is. I apologize. I think that's what it is. If he had any Battle Fever ones, and didn't really, so I'm kind of winging it. Just going off what I can find. There is a Battle Fever J movie that has like the best video quality, which makes sense. It was shot differently, and that's where I've been getting most of my reference for these Battle Fever helmets. So that's a plus. But what I can tell, there's that black line around the mouth area, of course. Doesn't look like there's anything around the eyes. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm probably gonna do just a little pinstripe around the eyes, just because, I don't know. Well, I'll do one. If it looks bad, then we'll scrap the idea. It's not a big deal. And I'm currently trying to print the gem that goes like in the forehead over the hair. I kind of made these myself because the model didn't come with any. I thought this, I didn't know what size to make them, so these were too small. I don't know if it'll focus on that, but it was too small. This I think is closer to the right shape, more oblong. So I'm printing one bigger because the actual one on the helmet is just obscene. It's really ugly. So this isn't probably going to be super accurate, but it's going to be a little prettier maybe. I don't know. As pretty as this particular design can be. Actually, there are some like I don't want to say pre-production, but before they did the actual show, they did like kind of like how we get like the spoilers, the teasers ahead in monthly magazine and all that stuff. There's some Battle Fever J ones where the colors are all different on the helmets and the costumes. And I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think this isn't pink. It's like light blue, like her costume. And this is still silver. And the eyes are like, I want to say like darker pink, maybe. Unless that was like the scan having weird colors. But it looks a lot cooler. I don't know why they went with this. But so I think that's going to be okay. We're going to make it a little bigger. If the bigger one isn't good, we'll scale it down maybe. Or maybe we'll just roll with this one. I did find some screen used pictures of helmet. I don't know. I still can't tell if it's actual helmet under there or mask or whatever. And it's missing the gem. It just looks like there's glue where it was. So hard to say. Hard to say. I'm just going off what I think is going to look all right. And that's just silver and red, so that won't be a big deal. We can push on with everything else because I can't even glue that gem on until we get the hair attached somehow. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. I think it's getting close to the end. I'm sure the hair is going to be an issue. The last time I worked with hair, I did a Rita cosplay. Me and my wife went as Rita and Zed for Halloween, and my daughter was a Putty. And I did her horn things, her hair, whatever it is. I just used some model I found from Power Rangers Legacy War. I just exported it and kind of fixed it up a little bit. It was still blocky, but we wrapped it in hair and stuff. And that was a headache. So I'm sure this will be more fun. We're gonna need some hairspray for sure. And we're gonna glue it around here. And I have the headband over inside the house still. I didn't bring it out because I didn't want to get gross. But we're gonna, hopefully we can attach the headband back here. And it should fit over like a mask. If not, if that doesn't work, maybe we build some sort of foam structure to hold the hair. I don't know. I really don't know. It'd be so much easier if it was actual helmet, I think, because we wouldn't even have to finish it. We could just do this, call it a day. I don't know if I have any like old broken helmet. I do have a Magi Shine. I'm probably not going to use the back of the helmet. I don't know. Whatever. This isn't long enough this way anyway, so we'll figure something out. But yeah, I'm going to put the pinstripe on this now. I finally found some 1/32 inch masking tape. It's not in inches, it's like 0.7 millimeter, which is so close to 1/32. I don't think it's going to matter. It's going to be delivered today, but we're going to use that to, you know, paint black, mask the lines, and paint over that instead of using pinstripe tape. I still haven't raised like a raised area. It seems like what a lot of people have been doing lately, so we're working up to that. You know, we went from not doing lines to painting lines on to using acrylic markers for lines, which we still use to touch stuff up. It's no problem with that. To pinstripe, 2 different pinstripes. I'm on this custom ordered 3M stuff I got that works. It's wonderful, actually. It's really, really nice. A lot better than this cheap chat line stuff, chat pack. I can't even remember what it's called, but this cheap stuff on Amazon. I don't know. I don't like it, but that's just me. I know people that use it and have results, so it could just be my application of it. I believe that. But yeah, so next is gonna be trying to mask the detail lines and painting them, so that, you know, always trying to get better, always trying to do something different. You don't know until you try something. But on the already painted ones I have, you know, I don't feel like repaint them all for probably the same effect. So let's get the lines on here, and then I guess we will probably clear it and then try to figure out how to attach it all together. Okay, there she is in all her glory. I think around the eyes it looks good. Crisps it up a little bit. For all I know, there could be. It's so hard to see. But I think everything looks good. I think stuck pretty well. Just a couple little spots. I might put a little silver over here in this tiny little spot. You can barely see it, but you know, that's about it. We will move on. We'll get this clear coated hopefully today, or this weekend at least. And that'll give me time to mess around with the wig. Fun. Hi, hello. Don't mind the mess. I don't have room on my other table to deal with a wig. But I glued... Sorry, I got a little carried away. Let me explain. So this is a headband from like a hard hat. I got it on Amazon for like $10. It has like a net up here you can take off. That's what I did. And I put a piece of foam around the front. And the reason why I didn't get video of this, because I put this on my head, and I took a glue gun while I was looking in my mirror and put hot glue all over my forehead where the foam was, trying not to get in my hair or burn my skin because it's very hot. And then I pushed this into it. So it's attached. I went back in and filled in a little bit of the glue and made sure it was touching a good bit of the mask. This is a mask, by the way, not a helmet. So we have this, and I guess technically we could just leave it like this, and just put a wig on. But we're gonna try to make it kind of a stationary thing, because the wig's gonna need cut and shaped a little bit, some hairspray, I think. I mean, I know I put it on. The bangs are wrong, but so I'm trying to figure out how to attach the wig to this. I was thinking maybe some double-sided tape up here to attach it. I hate to hot glue right to the mask because it's going to ruin it. The double-sided tape, honestly, will probably ruin it as well. Which isn't a big deal. I mean, I did put, probably 15 hours into this, give or take, Oh, hold on. All right. Sorry, the heater kicked on. I think the double-sided tape might work. I think we might have to cut. So the wig, I don't know if a lot of you are familiar with wigs, but they usually have like elastic in here to, adhere it to your head. So I unclipped the main elastic. Ooh, it's so hard to hold. It's like a weird shape. I don't know if maybe if I clip this band, if I'll be able to stretch it to what I need it. I mean, it stretches good. It's just hard to get it to attach to that. So I'm thinking this is going to be wild. I'm thinking if we can get it attached somewhere, then I can stretch it down, attach it along here, and maybe like right here, because this tightens it. So I kind of want to keep this where I can, if I can, so I can tighten it and loosen it when I put it on. But yeah, I'm not sure. I need it anchored first to stretch it. Look at that. That's wild, right? That's wild. Again, we'll have to maybe even tease the hair because it's not as poofy as the screen one. But I think a lot of that has to do with these bangs are cut like to here, and they're like probably about down to here, straight out. And then this is all kind of glued here backwards, so it kind of poofs it out. At least from what I can tell. I don't know. I'm no expert. We can do that. That shouldn't be a problem, I don't think. It's just getting attached first. If we can get the top attached, we can attach the sides, and then go from there. So I'm going to try some double-sided tape, I think. Hopefully that anchors enough to let me glue it in the back. And I think double-sided tape will work because in the front it has this thick band here at the corners, and it's pretty thick up in here too. So I think we should be able to. It's gonna be a process. It's gonna be a process. And again, I don't know how it's woven into here though. I'm afraid to just start snipping things, but we might have to. Not a big deal. This was like $10 on Amazon. If I ruin it, I guess I ruin it. So whatever. So if I ruin it, we can just kind of build a little something and just glue it, which kind of was my plan, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna mess with it here a little bit, and then I'll probably show you me gluing it once I figure out what I'm doing. Okay, so what I'm gonna try to do here, it's kind of hard for you to see. It's hard for me to see. There's a strap here. I'm gonna try to glue it down here. Same on the other side. That'll give us a start. We'll try to work our way around, and then we'll figure out what to do with the front. Because the double-sided tape did not work. So let's get to it. If you can't see this, I'm sorry. I'll try to edit it the best I can, but this is hard. All right, it's attached. I'm stressed out about it. I need to walk away from this thing. I'm gonna let it set here a second. I'm gonna try it on, and hopefully it fits. If not, then it's gonna make a nice wall piece, I guess. Not sure. We'll have to cut the bangs on some of this, and then this stuff gets glued here, kinda, and we'll tease it out. We should be okay. I'll have to go get some hairspray, but I'm hopeful. And I have the gem. I'm gonna try to power through it today, but we'll see. Yeah. All right, so here's one of those out of my wheelhouse kind of things. We're gonna try to put some UV resin on here to make it look like a gem. I got a little bottle here, Total Boat. It's a brand, I don't know. We got this. Got a little flashlight somewhere here. See? It's cool. So we got that. I got some dyes. Because we'll dye it red. I think about doing a nice single coat of clear, give it a sheen, and then do the red. So from what I can tell, I've seen people use UV resin on 3D printed stuff to coat it so you lose the print lines, and they all mix it with some talcum powder like stuff, body powder, foot powder, whatever. All I could find was talc free. I assume the talcum doesn't matter. I don't think they sell talcum powder anymore. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a shot. We'll see what happens. If this little piece gets ruined, it's not a big deal. I have some other stuff I want to try it on. So if it doesn't go well on this, then I'll know better or see what we can figure out. But that's the plan. It's what we're gonna do. I have no idea if it's gonna work. Oh, and I have a little foam brush to spread it on. So here goes nothing, I guess. We'll see. All right, that got a little away from me with the pink. Not happy with it. I'm gonna try to mask it. The next thing I do, maybe I don't know. I'm gonna YouTube it, see if I can figure some stuff out. For this, I just went back over it with clear, so I should be able to mask off the gem and paint the surrounding area silver. It should be okay. I don't know how to tell when this stuff's cured. I don't know. I don't hate it, but it's weird stuff I'm not used to. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna let this sit a couple more minutes, and maybe this afternoon I'll get it masked and paint the silver, and hopefully we can finish this American Tail. Hopefully. I got hairspray too to make her look wild. So we'll see. That's the plan. You know how those change. Well, there she is, all done. I'm sorry I kind of skipped out on the gemstone. I showed you the end. I had the UV resin curing, and it ran a little bit. I just masked off the actual. It's supposed to be pink, red, but it turned out kind of pink. I'm sorry. And it is a little big. I wish it was a little smaller, but it is what it is. I only glued it to the hair, so I could rip it off, put a new one on. Not a big deal. I really wanted to, but I think it's fine. All things considered. But yeah, I just masked off the actual part I wanted to be the color and sprayed silver on it again, and then cleared it. That's all I did. Sorry, I was kind of over this helmet mask, I guess. Uh, but it was very difficult. This was something I wasn't. Well, when I bought the file, I thought it was an actual helmet. Then when I saw it was just a mask, I knew we were in for a ride, and I hope we did it justice as much as we could. I've never seen anyone else make one of these. If someone has one that has a whole helmet, let me know. I'll do it again. We'll get a bigger wig. Hopefully it's closer to Halloween. And we get like a big poofy wig. We ran into some problems because the Go Kaiser version of this helmet has a big poofy wig and it's blonde. The Battle Fever one, I think, is like a dirty blonde or it's dark brown. It's hard to tell. You know, the footage isn't great. I think it's blonde or started blonde. I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed this wild thing, and I hope I did it justice. uh, it's just it was way out of my element, and I think we figured it out and pulled together. You know, using the headband and everything, and the wig. Again, I wish the wig was poofier and better. If I see something during Halloween this year in Spirit Halloween or something, I'll pick it up, and maybe I'll get 3D Command Center to make me one that's a whole helmet, and we'll try again. But I'm more than happy with this. I think it's going to look great with the rest of my Battle Fever helmets. We got one left. Kenya is the last one. It's going to replace this Kenya right here. You will see it's not that great. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. If you have any questions, leave a comment, or you can hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at Stickosaurus, my Facebook page, Stickosaurus Cosplays and Props. If you want a shirt, let me know. We can try to figure something out for you. If there's a helmet you want to see me make, let me know. Or maybe a Ranger prop. I don't know. Those are harder to find files for and usually more expensive, but I'm willing to try. Definitely willing to try. Again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, leave a comment, and a like. It really helps me out. We're getting closer to 2K subs, and I think once we get there, we are going to do a giveaway, a whole helmet. I'm not sure which one yet. I got two in mind. Maybe I'll make both of them, and we'll do one at 2K, maybe one at like 5K or something. We'll see. We got to get there first, so every little bit helps. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day.